Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Bobiak. I'm a life balance and leadership coach, and I wanted to share with you a strategy I teach many of my clients who are struggling with anxiety and overwhelm. And I know we're all experiencing a really unsettling time right now, and it feels like we've lost a lot of control. And in many ways, we have. And yet, one way that we can feel better when we feel like we have lost control is to recognize what we do have control over. So while we don't have control over how long COVID 19 is going to be around, we don't have control over what our governors are going to mandate. We don't have control over whether we're working from home and teaching the kids. So I want you to know that I recognize that there's a lot that is unsettled right now. And yet, what I want to encourage you to do is identify the things that you absolutely do have control over. And the most basic, simplest things are you have control over what you think and feel and how you respond. In addition to that, I want to give you a strategy. So if you're finding yourself overwhelmed and anxious and your head is spinning and you're feeling like you're not in control, you can do a few things. I want you to think of the letter P, because when you feel overwhelmed or when things are out of control, I want you to pause and put pen to paper. So when you get everything out of your head and you put it down on paper, that's pinning it down. When it's in your head, it's just swimming. And we can't do anything except ruminate with things that are in our head. When you put it on paper and you pin it down, now we can do something about that. Once you get everything out of your head and onto paper, then what I want you to do is decide, what do I have control over? Most of those things on that list probably are things that are worries and anxieties that are out of your control. Identifying what you have control over and making sure you do that and you honor that is the best way to regain control and feel less anxious and less overwhelmed at a time like this. If you want more detailed information about how to pause and how to use the pause strategy at a time like this, I want to send you a free replay of the webinar I did. I led a free webinar on Saturday morning, 2 days ago, and I want anybody to be able to view that. So I will put the link to the webinar below in the comments. So feel free to watch the webinar. It's about 30 minutes. You'll learn the pause strategy and why it's important right now. And I will also send you handouts to help you expand on the P, putting pen to paper and pausing, and then how to decide whose job is it. So feeling better when we feel like we've lost control is to actually step back and pause and identify what you do have control over. You have control over what time in the morning you get up. You have control over when you respond to emails. You get to decide what your schedule looks like. You get to decide how much news you take in or choose not to. There's a lot of things in working from home and in this, let's just call it a reframed way of looking at our days. There's a lot of control in how we spend our time and our days and how we schedule them. So I hope some of those tips are helpful for you today as you wind down the first Monday after it's been announced that we all need to work from home. We can do this. And I know it's not going to be easy, but together we will manage the panic. We will come up with problem-solving solutions, and we can move forward with purpose maybe it's the time, maybe we're given the time to pause right now to identify what we can do. Hope that helps. I'll put the link to my free webinar and worksheets below. And until I see you next, take good care of yourself. My name's Lisa Babiak, and I own Living Fully Balanced. I'm a life balance and leadership coach, and I'd like to help support you as we go through this. I'll come on more Facebook Lives much more often in the next weeks to come. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.